Every day we create plans, some big, some small. Plans for the future, plans for tomorrow, and even plans we never follow through. But behind every list, every schedule, every dream lies a deeper reason.
Have you ever reached the end of the day and said to yourself, wait, what did I do really today? Or even you had a to-do list, but somehow you didn't notice what happened till the end of the day. And what did you really do? That's where the planning comes to the scene. And in today's video, we want to talk about what the planning actually is and also the reasons of planning. Not the perfectionism or the perfect plans that most people think. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, or don't, just sit back and let's dive into today's video and explore more together. Let's start with what the planning really is. Actually, most people think that planning is just for making a perfect daily routine or writing down 15 or 20 tasks in a to-do list and check every single of them. But planning isn't about perfection, it's about clarity. While you have a plan and your brain is clarified and you know how to start doing your tasks and then how you finish your day, and in the end of the day you would be satisfied by yourself. And also, planning means that you have to think by yourself the night before the day you want to start or the very first of the morning, to think about three things: what you have to really do in that day, and what task or which task is really important to you and which one matters the most for you, and how much time and energy you realistically have to do those tasks. In other words, planning means having a conversation between your present self and your future self. What I mean is, when you have a plan, you can help yourself, your present self, to know what to do about your future self. And you tell your future self, okay, I will do this to make you feel better and more productive. It's an act of kindness to your future brain. Okay, you understood what the planning really is. And now we want to know about the reasons of planning. Actually, why do we plan? In this fast-changing, or let's say fast-pacing world, planning is something that is totally crucial, because life is really overwhelming nowadays and there are lots of noise in our head, and it would be really difficult to memorize everything that we have to do every day. I don't talk about routine, routine is another case. When you have a routine, you know what you should do. But even for a routine, it's better to write down everything that you want to do in a day. So if your brain doesn't have any specific structure, you will lose direction. Here's why planning matters. The first one is reducing mental clutter. When you have a plan, you know what you should do. Take Monday as an example. You have written down 5 tasks. on your notebook or on a piece of paper, and these tasks should be done till the end of the day. If you know what matters much and if you prioritize these tasks, you would be more focused rather than not having any specific plan, and you know what should be done first and what should be done the next. Do you agree in that part? Let's go to the second reason. The second reason is lower your stress. You know, when you know what you should do and when you have a structure for yourself, your anxiety that comes to your mind just for remembering things can be eliminated, and you wouldn't be frustrated by remembering things. The next reason is it creates momentum. What I mean is, when you have a to-do list, while you do the first step and you check that checking means a lot to your brain, and your brain creates dopamine, and this dopamine gives you more energy, and also it encourages you to the next step to give this sense again and again. The next one is it makes you feel in control. When you know everything in detail, it contributes not having a lot of stress, and as a result you know what you do, and even if something unexpectedly happens through your day, you would be less chaotic than not having a plan. And finally, it boosts your productivity. Why do I say that? Because while your mental clutter is reducing, you are focused more, and also while it creates momentum for you, you are more energized to do your tasks. So, all in all, in the end of the day, you would feel more productive rather than a time that you haven't written down your plan. Now, I want to tell you the biggest secret of planning. You know, people think that planning is just for high performance, productive, or successful people, but not. Planning is for everyone. Planning is there to be like a guideline for you, to hold your back through the day, not be in a prison. Planning shouldn't be perfect, or if you don't go as well as your plan you have written, you wouldn't be failed. It's not true. Don't think that you should be perfect to have a plan. Just write and start with just some simple steps on a daily basis, and after that add something to your plan till you make a habit for yourself. I mean, writing a plan should be like a habit. And in the next videos we will talk more about habits and go deeper in that topic. Planning should be flexible. You should have the tendency to make changes. If your plan is too rigid, it means that your plan is not correct, and you have to make another plan for yourself. Other than that, as I mentioned earlier, the goal of planning isn't just complete every item. It helps you to realize and stay in touch with the tasks which matters to you most. In a nutshell, planning is there for you to help you, and it would be like a friend for you and to hold your back in every situation. Now we want to know about how do we actually plan. If you are new to planning, or you have planned but then you gave up, you should do these simple steps. The first step is to ask yourself in the morning or the night before you want to start your day, that what 2 or 3 tasks or what 2 or 3 things that you want to do and it matters more than others, and write it down in a piece of paper. And also ask yourself if you have the energy and time to do those. And the next question would be in which level you would be proud of yourself while finishing those tasks. The next step would be start doing even if you think you are not complete enough to start. And keep in mind that don't write a bunch of tasks. I mean, don't bombard yourself with your plan. And the next step would be make free space and don't fill every hours in order not to feel overwhelmed or stressed out. Let me show you something and say a real example of myself. Before I wanted to start this video, I felt a little bit frustrated and I didn't know how should I start. But I tried to write every steps or keywords down, and I think that it helped my mind a lot to stay focused. And during this recording, I didn't pay attention to anything else, and it was totally useful to me. Here is my notebook. Don't pay attention to handwriting. It is really simple. I wrote every step, and on the top of the page I wrote the date and also I wrote the topic, and in other parts you can see I divided into different parts such as part 1, part 2 and so on. And then there are some subdivisions under these topics. I will show you more. These are the simple steps, as simple as that. It's the end of our today's video. I hope the next time you want to write down your plan, be careful and take those steps I mentioned in your mind. And let me know in the comments that what is the thing that matters to you in your planning, and is planning can be really useful for you or not. And if you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you till the next video, and bye.